So have you ever wondered what happened on Tuesday of Holy Week? The setting is this, that Jesus was walking with his disciples and he looked at this temple, the temple that the disciples had grown up loving and going to daily. And he said, there's going to be a moment where not one of these stones will be left on another. Well, let's throw the disciples into confusion. So a little bit later on, four of the disciples pulled Jesus aside and asked three questions. When is that going to happen? And what's it going to look like? And oh, by the way, Jesus, what are going to be the signs of the end times? The confusing part about this passage is that Jesus launches into what we know as the Olivet Discourse, and he answers those questions, but he doesn't do it in order, and he doesn't draw pretty little lines for us so we know exactly what he's talking about in different spots. So different people have come up with all sorts of different lines to where Jesus was talking about the destruction of Jerusalem versus the end times. And there's been debate throughout history on this passage, but what we know for sure is that when we get to the end, Jesus has a message for all of us. We find it in Mark chapter 13 and verse 32. He says, "But concerning the day or the hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. So be on your guard and keep awake." And then in verse 37, he says, "And what I say to you, I say to all, stay awake." So often, even as Christians, sometimes we walk through life in spiritual slumber. And we are awake to all sorts of things that are happening in the world, and we're aware of all the things that are happening politically or in the sports world or in our jobs or in these, but spiritually we're in slumber. And Jesus is inviting us to stay awake and stay alert to him, to spiritual things. So how can we do that? First, we can stay awake to just the things of God, noticing what he's doing, the way he's on point and on mission, and we can join him there. And we can stay awake to the mission that God has for us. We can also stay sensitive to the things of God as we see them unfolding around us.